Sydney Bushnell, aka Numbers. Welcome to Psych Club. It's been a few days since I said hi. So there's been some things on my mind, on my radar that I wanted to share with you. And before we start, I just wanted to say a big thank you. We're now at 65,000 plus, 65.7 I think it is now, subscribers, and that really helps. So if you're watching this, I know usually about a third of people that do watch the transmissions are subscribed, and the rest of you are still appreciated. But if you would do us a favor and click the subscribe button and the notification bell, that would really help. That'd be really useful. It just helps get the message out further to more people. So thank you for that. And also those that have subscribed, hey, how you doing? And those that have subscribed to the Tom Numbers Show, which is my sister channel, it's my second channel. We launched that just about 2 weeks ago. We've got about 5,500 subscribers on that. Again, do us a favor, and after this video, go over and watch. Hey everyone, watch some of the videos over there. We've got Michael Gambon, Dumbledore from Harry Potter, Matt Letitia, soccer legend. Did a great episode with him and Rachel. Hey, how are you? And 107 just last week. That video's reached close to 100,000. It'll probably be at that in a day or so. I think we're at 97, 98,000 on that one. So thanks for everyone watching that. But if you go to the Tom Numbers Show, you'll see Matt Letitia episode with just me and him, and we talk about the possibility of time travel and aliens, and we talk about soccer because he's a legendary footballer. Something magical that happened to him in Scottsdale, Arizona, that affected his future family life. So I'd encourage people to watch that. You can actually click the links. We put all the first 4 episodes all together in a kind of a montage, so you can click play, watch it, listen to it. You know, you might be potting around the house, you can press play and watch it, or listen to it. And it will just go through, I think, the first 3.5, 4 hours, so you get them all back to back, which is easy for people to watch and listen. There's a nice little endorsement from and a thumbs up from Jurgen Klinsmann. Used to be the US soccer manager, German by nature, by origin. And just to let you know, the Sven Goran Eriksson episode, watch that, and the Gus Poyet episode. But Sven said we would do part 2. We did that this week. That will be launched probably just a few days after Easter. And I've got a really special episode with a world-renowned person from music. I won't say their name just yet, but I will probably do it in a day or two, or maybe just over Easter. But their discussion, you'll see that I wore my Back to the Future t-shirt, which is 88, and then MPH, miles per hour, which comes to time travel. 88 is Trump, MPH is SR, is senior, SR, like, the word like. There's a newspaper headline we discussed that talks about the word like. But that comes to 125, 88 MPH comes to 125, which is John Kennedy, Dark to Light, 8th Avenue, where the Tesla Hotel is, the New Yorker, and time travel. And we were talking a lot about this, about time travel and previous lives, and they hit on someone that was very well known in history that they thought they might be. And after the show, I confirmed the numbers, and it looks like they are. It's really interesting, this whole thing of past lives, future lives, fractals of who we could be or have been. And so I want to show you some things. I'm going to point them out. Interesting, Janine talked about, people that watch me regularly will know that I do talk about Back to the Future quite a lot, and all the Christopher Nolan films and The Matrix and Terminator, because I do believe they are Q films, or they are. Hey, how you doing? And she said something interesting on a reading maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I asked the question, did I help? Was I involved in the writing or production of the film, these films? And she said she felt that I somehow in the future, a future version of myself funds these films that we've seen in the past, well, recent past, in the last 20 years or so, 20, 30 years. And that was really interesting. But there's been some newspaper headlines that talk about that, and I'm going to illustrate them to you now. So, okay, on you remember the Michael Jaco and Tara by Janine episode that I did? That was aired on 4th of April. I think we filmed it on the 4th of April. I'm pretty sure we did, yeah. 4th of April. It did, we did filmed it the same day. 4th of April, which isn't long ago. 4th is 88, which is Trump. April is 56, which is light. Also, it's healing, the word healing. The word heal, H-E-A-L, heal, is 26, which is God, which is game, which is card. Healing, at the ing, takes you to 56, which is light, which is April. Anyway, that being said, towards the end of that episode, I asked the question about Bruce Willis because he'd recently just announced, "Hey, how are you doing?" I just asked that he had just announced that he was retiring from acting, and I asked the question, kind of where he was on the board, and it seemed like there's a positive comment on him playing John Durham sometimes, the prosecutor. I guess we're going to see more of him in the future. But then, a day or two later, actually the 6th of April, my last live broadcast, I was doing a piece on Elon Musk, Twitter, because he just bought some Twitter stock, and Back to the Future. And then I say to people, there's a live cut, there's a pre-recording coming up, and to go over to it, but I kind of got the timings wrong, and I was literally, it was playing on in the background while I was talking, so it was a bit muffled, and maybe they didn't want the clarity of the communication then, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's kind of funny, kind of unique. Hey everyone, how you doing? Greetings from Las Vegas. Awesome. I should be doing something with Juan and Rachel soon, either today or tomorrow or over the weekend for Easter, so we'll have that coming up for you as well. Anyway, to recap briefly, there's a clip in Back to the Future just before Marty goes back to 1985. He's in 1955, and the bolt of lightning is about to strike, and it's that big kind of on your edge, on the edge of your seat moment where will they get everything connected so they can time travel for the bolt of lightning in time, and there's all this drama around it. But there's a point where Marty gets the DeLorean, spins it around, and gets to the point where it says start here, and just to the side in the foreground, well, the background I should say, there's a motel sign. Hey, and it's called the Bluebird Motel, and it's got the Twitter symbol. It's a bluebird, and that's what Twitter, everyone knows what that is. I remember discovering this maybe a year and a half ago. I was like, that's Twitter. Anyway, future proofs past, past proofs future. Elon buys Twitter stock. I looked up the numbers on Bluebird Motel, and it comes to 138. 138 comes to Donald Trump, comes to revaluation, comes to the Savior, comes to Dome of the Rock, comes to the pyramids. It also comes to I am Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is 110, which is Marylebone, which is where I live in London. 110 is also president. It's also Christ power, or the Christ. And this Christ consciousness that we're all beginning to feel and experience and remember again. And there's these major key players that are helping shape and save the future and the past of the earth, of our planet, of the cosmos. But anyway, Bluebird Motel equals 138, which does equal I am Elon Musk. And lo and behold, he just bought that Twitter stock. So I was like, oh wow, that's really very interesting. So there were some other codes around it. So I'd encourage people to go back and look at that. And unfortunately, you'll hear my voice playing in the background on a previous video, but that's just what happened. It reminds me of the part in Back to the Future where they're trying to do a test run of the time travel bit, and it kind of just takes a mind of its own and starts to run around the track. The model does before they, kind of ahead of itself. It felt a bit like that, but anyway, I left it there, and all these things are happening right now. So Bluebird Motel, I am Elon Musk, 138, Donald Trump, 138. because I am is 23. So 23 plus 110 comes to 138. Bluebird Motel. So, you know. Anyway, so that was on the 6th. And then I released this episode. I think that's the one I was releasing. I think I was telling people to go over and watch it. It's the Matt Letitia one. It's with 107 with Rachel Right So Blonde and myself. And that's the one we've nearly got to 100,000 followers. So do watch it, share it, tweet it out. Interestingly enough, I'm on Twitter now. So real Tom Numbers, that's where I am. So you can click the link at the back of the about page, and you'll see it. Go and subscribe if you're on Twitter, and I'll be getting more active on Twitter in the coming days and weeks. But yeah, go and subscribe, follow. So that video went out, but then this is what's really, I wanted to get into the meat of this. So on Friday the 8th of April, the Star, there's a tabloid here that I've mentioned before. It's a tabloid newspaper which is kind of cartoony, kind of meme-ish. It's the one that people really kind of don't listen to as much because they think it's just kind of a joke. But as Donald Trump Jr., JR, has said, this and others, this is meme warfare. This is all about memes and putting things in plain sight and seeing if people will accept it. And the truth is always told in jest. So the Star newspaper, or Daily Star as it's technically called, Daily's 51, Jasara, Batman, Star 58, Nessara, Ivanka, XRP, add them together. Oh, it's Robin as well, Batman and Robin. So Batman plus Robin, Daily Star equals 109 equals Psych Club equals 17 equals Zapruder equals Diana Spencer equals Saturday. Next Saturday night we're going back to the future. So Emmett Brown said. Emmett Brown 148, Simple Gematria 148, Donald J. Trump 148, Time Traveler 148. And interesting enough, the numbers of the guest, the musical guest that you'll see in a few days on the Tom Numbers show, their numbers come to 148, their name. But on the 8th of April, there was an article, there was a headline, and it was something that the phrase, it meant something to me, caught my attention, and it made me open the newspaper. It said to turn to page 10. So turn to page 10, and that you open it up, it's page 10, and next to it is page 11. On page 11, there's this picture. There's Marty McFly. So this is people can reference this. So this caught my attention. So it says pack it in. That's the Star newspaper, and you can see, I don't know, it might be blurry, but it's 8th of April. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, Friday 8th of April, so just over a week, almost a week ago. But they're saying, they're joking, saying pack it in, but it's pack it in because they're doing a joke on crisps. There's Walker's Crisps here in England, and they're going to retire a flavour of packets of crisps. Anyway, it says turn to page 10, so I did, and then like I said, next to it on page 11 is this. Bearing in mind, on the 4th I did with Tara by Janina and Michael Jaco, I asked a question about Bruce Willis, and I'm always mentioning Marty and Back to the Future, Emmett Brown, time travel, all these things, John Kennedy, 125, time travel. But I specifically made this second follow-up video about Elon. Hey everyone, about Elon and Twitter and Back to the Future. And this is what was, this is what came up. So this is what was on page 10. Ready? Okay. So that one is on page 10. Aliens go Back to the Future. So you can see Bruce Willis, about him retiring from acting, and then next to him is Marty McFly. And look, they're almost wearing the same colours. Marty McFly is known in Back to the Future 2 for wearing those colours, but they've got Bruce Willis in almost an identical body warmer and then blue jeans. I mean, there is people. And they said the phrase pack it in, that comes to 79. 79 comes to well, comes to the country that begins with U and ends in E right now, that's in the news a lot. That's all I'll say. But that's what packet in comes to. Packet, P-A-C-K-E-T, next word in, comes to 79. William comes to 79. Mother comes to 79. Nature comes to 79. But this country, as I've just said, comes to 79. If you do only aliens go back to the future, which is this phrase on page 10, and you add packet in, it comes to 337, which comes to November 5th, 1955, which is the Doc Brown exclaims it in Back to the Future. It says November 5th, 1955. That's the year I invented time travel. November 5th, if you remember, is at 1:43, which comes to Melania Trump, comes to Ground Zero, comes to Building 7, comes to my cousin Paul Bushnell. He's a big part of the numbers for me, as I've mentioned a number of times. 1955 comes to 194. 194 comes to September 11th. 194 comes to some personal numbers for people that I know, which are very dear to me. But 194 comes to New Yorker Hotel, 194. So you can see these things in, I've always been talking about Manhattan. That Manhattan's 92. It's reversed. It's numbers. My name, my nickname. So Manhattan, New York is super important in a big biblical revealing of this galactic movie that we're in. But yeah, pack it in. Aliens go back to the future with Bruce Willis and Marty McFly on the same page in the same clothes almost. Comes to 337, November 5th, 1955. And that's the year that Doc Emmett Brown invented time travel. Emmett Brown, 148, simple gematria, 148, time traveler, 148, Donald J. Trump, 148, the name of the musical guest that you'll be seeing in a few days. Okay, so then this is the next part that's happened. Okay, so and I filmed this episode for the Tom Numbers Show with the musical guest on the 12th of April, which was on Tuesday. And like I said, we spoke extensively about a number of subjects, but one in particular was time travel, because I had my t-shirt 88 MPH, which is 125, which comes to time travel and Back to the Future and everything else. But then Thursday, 14th of April, which is today, this appears in, again, the Star, well, Daily Star, the newspaper. Ready? Here it is, people. Ready? That's today's newspaper. Great Scott. They're referring to Back to the Future again. Again. Great Scott. Great is 51, which is Jasara. It's Batman. Scott is 77. It's power. I always used to joke when I discovered the magic of the numbers with Back to the Future. I'd always say my buddy Jack Edward Kidd was the Great Scott, and he's one of them. Interesting enough, Jack Edward Kidd comes to 108, comes to Twilight. Twilight is a key reference in the Tenet film right at the beginning. And John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son, I think I've said his name right, John David, I'm sure it is, comes to 217, comes to Tom Sidney Bushnell, comes to Houses of Parliament, comes to the Princess of Wales, 217. Anyway, in the Tenet film, Tenet is 64. Tenet comes to 64, which is Jubilee, which is Israel, which is movie, which is Jubilee, Golden Jubilee. Golden Jubilee actually comes to 121, which comes to Revelation, comes to Second Coming, and it also comes to Gotham City. Gotham is 64 as well, because City is 57, which is Tesla, which is George, which is Wood, my grandparents' last name. Mary Magdalene, 119, Mary Magdalene. Redemption, 119, Nikola Tesla, 119. Central Park, 119, all things have to be redeemed. But yeah, Great Scott. So Great Scott actually comes to 128. 128 comes to Independence Day. So So I was like, huh, are they telling us about Independence Day? And then I was like, okay, that's July 4th. And then I was like, is it American Independence Day? Or is it French Independence Day, Bastille Day, the 14th of July? Maybe some other countries. I don't even know if England have technically got a Independence Day. They might do. They've always been an empire, though. They were the Romans and the Normans a long time ago. But anyway, then I started to think further. I was like, 128. So what's the 128th day of the year? 128th day of the year is actually May 8th. And it looks like we're going to have an event on May 8th. That's a Sunday. So May 8th is 39, which is Big Ben, which is Angel, which is Brand, Russell Brand. Russell Brand, I tell people to go and watch Russell Brand's channel because he's speaking the truth. He's doing it in memes and he's red pilling. Red pilling comes to 106, comes to Russell. So Russell, if you're listening, buddy, let's do a show. We spoke a few weeks ago. Let's do one. So yeah, May 8th. 8th is 57, which is Tesla. So May 8th comes to 96. 96 comes to Spaceship, comes to Atlantis, comes to Kushner, comes to Mel Gibson. There's some other things it comes to, which I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But it's on a Sunday. If you had Sunday, which is 84, takes you to 180. I don't know, people, but maybe there will be a 180 then. I'm not sure. Depending what calendar we're on. Is it a Gregorian? Is it a Julian? I don't know. Actually, interesting enough, Gregorian calendar. Let me get this right. What's calendar? Trying to think now. I know one of them is 158, which is Boris Johnson. So either Gregorian calendar is 158 or Julian calendar. Let me check. Calendar's 58, isn't it? I think it is. So 58. That's it. So Julian calendar is 125, which is time travel. Yeah. Julian calendar. Julian is 67, which is reset. Gregorian, I think, is 94, which is John. That's it. Yeah. So the Julian calendar is 158, which comes to Boris Johnson. Now, yeah, this picture here. So they're making jokes about the Prime Minister, about the PM. So I'd assume it's the UK PM. I'll show you the picture again. Yeah, here. Actually, there's clear. Yeah, look. In theory, we could go back in time and get a new PM. So they're referring to Boris Johnson. And Boris Johnson is 158, which is the Julian calendar. Julian calendar 125. The Julian calendar is 158. And this is interesting. So Gregorian, which is the one I believe we're supposed to be in now, is 94, which is John calendar. 152, that's my birthday, 15th February 152. I think Bournemouth comes to 152 if I remember rightly. I think it does actually, yeah. Mouth is 75. Sorry, Bourne is 75. Anyway, Bournemouth 77 plus 75 is 152. But if you say that Bournemouth, the Gregorian calendar is 185, which is Donald John Trump, which is World Trade Center, which is the City of London, which is Book of Revelation, which is a lot of things. There's also some other ones that aren't great numbers because the real powerful ones marry up, but other people, I always just like to speak of the good stuff. That's just my disposition. That's what people get when they come here. So let's look at this. Is interesting, this thing about the calendar. And I don't know what the answer to this is on the calendar, but I'm speaking. These are what the numbers are showing. So let's have a look. So this is what it says. So if you go to page 7, I think it is. Yes. So today's paper, page 7. This is it. Look. So Back to the Future. That's page 7. That's today's newspaper. It says Great Scott, Daily Star, Great Scott. And then you see what it says there in the speech marks about Biff. It says Biff Tannen is the PM. So they're saying that Biff Tannen is the Prime Minister. PM is 29. Diana is 29. Black is 29. AUG is 29. On is 29. August is 89. Winter is 89. Summer is 89. The V word that we've all know what's gone on in the last couple of years is also 89. So there's all these double comms with it. Here, secret. It says secret. Secret file. Secret is 70. Harry is 70, as in Prince Harry. I've got some things I'm going to talk to Janine about soon in regards to Harry, Prince Harry. Someone else I think there might be. I want to see what the cards say on it. I found some numbers and that was for a future episode. But anyway, Biff Tannen. So Biff Tannen comes to 91, comes to Space Force, comes to POTUS. There's a lot with this, people. And what it fully means, I don't know, but there's a lot coming. I've got my own thoughts on it, but it'd be interesting to hear what you think, what you feel. But nevertheless, my point in sharing this is I firmly believe, and I have done for a while, that the white hats are in control of the media, particularly that newspaper, Daily Star. Daily Star is 109, it's 17. It's Zapruder, it's Diana Spencer, it's Psych Club. And they're confirming, as we're going along, decoding, and as we're putting content out, they're confirming it all the way along. I mean, who puts out Back to the Future twice? But then they're saying on it that time travel is possible. And I've been saying that for ages. And I don't consciously fully understand everything, but I fear that I know that it's the case. I think subconsciously and probably future lives and past lives of myself have experienced it. And I've had little tastes of it in this realm, this time. And I do know that it's the case. And I feel that it's the case. And they're telling us. Why would they bother? If I'm talking gobbledygook, why on earth would they bother? The point is, we're speaking what we feel is true, and it's a great honor. It's a real great honor. So there's something else they said here. So there's another newspaper, The Sun. The Sun is 87. The truth is truth. Russell Brand did an episode yesterday, and he said he was getting really emphatic, and I think he was like, "Welcome to the show, like new truth, and that stood out to me. I was like, new truth, and truth is the sun, and sun is 54, which is love. The sun is 33, 54 is 87. Truth is justice, it's junior, it's stellar. So going forward into space travel and things in the future. But anyway, here it is. So I wanted to show this. So take Matt, okay? So the comms on the front are about Matt Hancock. We've done shows about him before. But take Matt, and I was like, okay. That actually comes to 91. Matt is 54, which is love, which is orbs. Obviously, I've done the show recently with Matt Letitia. Take is 37, comes to India, comes to break, 37, like taking a break, like vacation. And bless him, Matt's able to just take a few days right now, just to kind of take a bit of a breather. But he'll be back in full force soon. So I saw this as like, take Matt. And I'm feeling that they're showing that this is, they're confirming it on a number of levels. They're confirming the episode we've done with Matt and the ones we've done with him in the past. And that was a really popular show and continues to grow. And we thank Matt again for it. So if you're listening, buddy, thank you. But I believe in one way, this is confirming you. It's confirming Matt is saying break, Matt, like take a break, which he's able to do for a few days. But he'll be back he'll be back to the parapet very soon. But he's taking a well-deserved break just for a couple of days, and people will, there's Easter right now. But take that comes to 91, which comes to Space Force. It comes to POTUS. It also comes to, I don't know if I can say this on the chat, but it comes to F FLAT, and then thinking of where we live. And I've been thinking that for the last few. I mean, I'm open to what it is, but I'm definitely thinking that might be possible, or something within that realm. All these things that we're experiencing in life are really kind of been inverted. So inversion 125, time travel 125. Anyway, I might check on that if I can talk about that more in the future. So I don't know if that's the case, but it's feeling like that way. I'd say I definitely think there's something to that. But take Matt equals 91. Hey, how you doing? Equals watch the water. I love it. Yeah, brilliant. So take Matt equals 91, which equals future. And this is the same day as they've done the Back to the Future piece on Star newspaper, on Daily Star. So this is kind of the order. You've got the Daily Star, you've got the Sun, you've got the Mirror. These are like the three red ones, but it kind of goes from the Star is the one that people would probably believe the least, then the Sun, maybe the Mirror, and then you've got the Express and the Daily Mail. But I find all those with the big kind of bold headlines, they're the ones to look for in the codes. But Daily Star is the one that really does it. They've been talking about aliens for ages. They've compared Star Trek, Space Force, Putin, Captain Kirk. They've done stuff with President Trump. They've done all kinds of stuff, and it's like, oh wow. And if you can see it, if you've got the bandwidth that you're on, you'll see it, and it's just obvious. But I think on that, it's like, it's a great Scott, and then they've got Take Matt, which is Space Force, which is 91, which is future, on the same day. So that's what I wanted to share with people. They're the things that I've seen over the last few days as we've been preparing the new episodes for the other channel. But I think it's amazing. I think it's fascinating. I wanted to share that with all of you. Were there some other pieces that I thought, yeah, this is an interesting one. Okay. So, the Sun, take Matt, okay, comes to, I'll show you the picture again. So the Sun is 87, take Matt's 91, all right? Here we go. Where did it go? Take Matt, take Matt, take Matt, take Matt. There it is. Okay, so this one here, take Matt, the Sun, 87, take Matt, 91. Add those together, comes to 178. 178 comes to emergency broadcast. I think, yeah, well, it could be, but I think all these pieces of truth they're putting out doesn't seem like a coincidence to me that the Sun plus take Matt comes to, so truth, Space Force truth, or future truth. That's what they're saying in the other paper about we can time travel. And also saying the one with Bruce Willis and Marty McFly just a few days ago is saying that aliens, UFOs and aliens are versions of our future selves. And that's what Janine said about me funding the films, like Back to the Future. Robert Zemeckis, 169, he wrote and directed the film. Probably some other writers as well, but he was the director. 169 comes to the Great Awakening, comes to Trump Tower, comes to Thomas Bushnell. It's like, why am I seeing these things in the films? It's a wonderful blessing, everyone. And the thing is with Gematria, with the numbers, you can start to find your own numbers, and that's when it gets really exciting. And then you can connect them with the global picture. That's what I'd encourage everyone to do. And I know a lot of you are doing it, but those new to the show, Gematria is just, it's fascinating. If you think that one way that we might be living is in a coded matrix, then the numbers, the Gematria, the connection between words and numbers, tells the truth, shows you the truth, it connects the dots. I mean, in the Bible, think of it. You first of all got Genesis 78, Kennedy. Then you got Exodus 88, Trump. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think the third book is Numbers. You've got Deuteronomy and Leviticus. Definitely Numbers in the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, the first 5 books of Moses in the Old Testament. But I think it's the third one. numbers 92, and it's like it's pointing to the numbers. And also it says in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. So you've got numbers and you've got words right at the beginning. Codes. Are they interconnected? How are they interconnected? Oh, Gematria. Gematria 74. Gematria 74 is Jesus. 74 is Messiah. 74 is Muhammad. 74 is Druze. 74 is Tarot. 74 is London. 74 is English. 74 is DeLorean, which is the name of the car that time travels in Back to the Future, and you have to travel at 88 miles per hour. You can see how all this works, everyone. It's magic. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. It was hidden from us for a long, long time, but now as we're going through the Great Awakening, going into the age of Aquarius, 1,000 years of peace, the millennium, we're able to see and intuit these things, and it's a joy to behold. Is there any others for you? Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you do Daily Star, Great Scott, so Daily Star, Great Scott comes to, here we go. Yeah. So Daily Star, 109.17. Great Scott, 128, Independence Day. Add them together comes to 237. 237 comes to a lot of things, really important things. I think 237 is it the miles to the moon from the Earth, supposedly? I think it is in the Shining Stanley Kubrick's film, Moon Room. I think it's Moon Room 237, which is indicative of the supposed distance between the Earth. Maybe that's not the case, but that's what we've been told. But 237 also comes to Prince Harry Windsor. So Prince Harry's 135, Princess 65, which is stay, which is Florida, which is 7, which is 15, which is white. Harry is 70, which is secret. Simon, some other things. But Henry, the other way to say Harry. But it's a secret on that part of the newspaper. But 135 is Ivana Trump. It's also John Trump. But Windsor is 102, which is 1,000. But you add those together, Prince Harry Windsor comes to 237. So I thought that was interesting as well. And let's have a look at, I did do this before, but 109 plus 87, yeah, 196. So the star, 109, plus the sun, 87, truth, add them together, comes to 196. That comes to a few values. I met someone today actually. I was at the swimming pool and their full numbers came to 196, and my locker was 96. But 196 also comes to on-demand liquidity. So it's coming, people. It's coming. Put your comments in, on what you think some of these numbers could mean, some of the things connecting the dots. I'm sure you'll get some of them personal numbers for you and connect the dots. And that's the beauty of numbers. So when people say, oh, you can make any number mean anything, you can't. As I've said before, you can't. But what you can do, because there's thousands and thousands of words, then obviously lots of words and sentences are going to mean a certain set of numbers. But there's only so many numbers. There's infinite amount of numbers, but we're talking kind of probably from the band of maybe 15. Some of them are smaller, like ace is 9. But we're kind of talking maybe in the 20s, the 30s, all the way up to past the hundreds, 200s, into the 300s, 400s. So there's a good number of numbers that we can use and label with words and sentences and phrases and names and places. But that's a misnomer, and it's incorrect to say, oh, you can make any number add up to anything. You can't. What you can do, because there's so many numbers, then you can get a lot of, for 100, you're going to get a lot of words that come to 100, and that's fine, and that's great, and that's when the higher dimensions can talk to millions of different people and give them their own personal messages, because there's so many possibilities. What I do is I see the ones that are personal to me, they come to me, and I see the ones that are involved in this great awakening that we're all involved in, and we're looking forward to the glorious rising, the resurrection, the rise of the Phoenix. Phoenix 91, POTUS, Space Force, Future, Liberty. So, you know, if something adds up to 55, it doesn't add up to 91. But depending on your frequency, depending on your attention, you're going to see a lot of them that will marry up, and that's what I do. And I think I'm talking to many that have converted to the choir, but also some others that are new and figuring it out. But the beauty is when you find out your own number. So if you're new to the channel, I'd again encourage you and thank you to subscribe. Hit subscribe, and if you watch regularly but you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. And if you are subscribed, double check that you're still subscribed and hit the notification bell. And also subscribe and watch the episodes over on the Tom Number Show, and there'll be links here in the description. But when you find your own personal numbers and you connect it to the things that President Trump is speaking about, the things that the White Hats are talking about, and what, you know, this is what's going to happen, people. Okay, I'm beginning to see more and more well-known people in different areas that I personally believe are White Hats. I'm getting the feeling that they are. The numbers are confirming it, and I'm going to ask Janine on some future shows about some people, and I think we'll see what happens, but I think we'll get some double confirmation on that. So people like Matt Letitia, person I've done the show with from the world of music, and others are going to see, they're going to start to come forward now. You're going to see it more and more. Russell Brand is coming forward. You're going to start to see it more and more and more. They're confirming the truth, and it is the Great Awakening. This is not the Little Awakening. This is the Great Awakening. Well, in some ways, it is the Little Awakening. Little is 78, which is Kennedy. Podcast is 78. If you watch the Godzilla film, Godzilla versus King Kong, or was it just Godzilla? I can't remember. King Kong is 88, which is Trump. Hey, who's that? Hey, Violet, how are you? Thank you, my dear, thank you. Go over to Violet's channel on Telegram. Yeah, awesome, thanks, Violet. But at the beginning of the Godzilla film that came out during lockdown 97, Kennedy's, so it's everywhere. Within the first few seconds, they talk about podcast 245. I was like, you got to be kidding me. 245 comes to my full name, Thomas Sidney Bushnell, podcast 78, and I'm like, okay, okay. And it's right there in the beginning of because I knew they knew I'd pick it up, or my future self, or what, I don't know. I mean, I'm open to all possibilities. I think everything literally is possible. I think I said that in a show recently. All things are possible, all possibilities, everything that you possibly. Why do we dream? Matt Letitia said this, if you can imagine something, then surely there's a way for that to happen. If you know, why would you go to imagine it? And if your intention is pure and good, that's where good intentions, pure intentions are the things that are going to manifest in this next life. Negativity, pessimism, drudgery, they're all going to get burnt away. They're going. We've had enough of that. That's gone. We're going into the golden age, the Tesla age, golden 57 Tesla age. That's what we're going into, people. Golden Jubilee Tesla movie, same one, 121. That's where we're going, and we're going to be able to manifest quicker and more vibrantly. And the dimensions, I mean, orbs appearing in my videos. The synchronicities lining up. When you guys will see, and girls will see, numbers. It's like Rachel spoke eloquently a few days ago about how her story of the numbers, you know, she'd always get 47, 74, 121. It kept popping up, and then she started listening to my videos and got to understand it, and then lo and behold, we met and we work together now. And this is the magic of reality. This is the magic of the numbers. This is the magic of Gematria. This is the magic of life. This is the game. The game is 26. God, 26, card 26, heel 26. This is where we're going, everyone. So there's some of my thoughts. I wanted to get the broadcast out to people, but we've got some great things coming up for you in the not too distant future. Future 91, POTUS 91, Take Matt 91, Liberty 91. So these, you'll see it on this channel, but also on my second channel on the Tom Numbers Show. So I would encourage you and ask you to go over and watch some of the videos. If you get the chance to watch the long one, that really helps, because the more views we get, the more hours we get. It pushes it out. So hey, who's this? Hey, Angela. Thanks very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. But if you're able to do it, and I appreciate all the support and love and good vibes we get from people here. So if you're able to watch the videos, particularly on the Tom Numbers Show, if you're able to watch the videos, the longer one, the compilation, that just helps. The way YouTube works is if you watch more hours, if you like, if you share, you subscribe, comment, it pushes and boosts the algorithm. Hey, Burner Mum, thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you. Oh, bless you, Belinda. Thank you. We love you. I love you. Thank you, Belinda. Belinda's a sweetheart and is so supportive, and has great connections with the Kennedys and President Trump. So yeah, the more we are able to push it out, just by simple things like subscribing, liking, sharing, watching the videos. The longer you watch a video, it actually gives it magnetic power. It gives it more power on the YouTube algorithm, and it pushes it out to more people, meaning it can permeate to newer viewers. It can get recommended more often, therefore more people will watch it, and it becomes a really positive, self-fulfilling prophecy, and it gets out further. So nothing can stop what is coming, everyone, and you're all part of it. So I want to express thanks and love to all of you, and I'm sure I'll be back on during the Easter break. Good Friday is tomorrow. Good Friday, interesting. I'll leave this with you. So good is 41, which is King, which is USA. And I know a lot of you are in the USA watching it. But obviously, you know, in the UK it's late here, but other parts of Europe and Australia, Canada, other parts of the globe. But King is good. It's 41. It's fun. It's alien, interesting enough. But it's coin. We were in 2021. We're now in 2022. But 20 plus 21 is 41, which is good. Friday 63. Friday 63. That's when JFK was in 1963 on November 22nd. Friday comes to 63, which is also Paris. Diana, Paris. It's also 11. 11. JFK had the 11-11-0 silver order. 11, lots of symbolism in that. People see ones everywhere. 1-1, even, you know, in 2000, yeah. Sorry, saying in 2001 in September, yeah. You know, you got an 11 there. But 11th is 91, which is Space Force, which is POTUS, which is Future Liberty again. But 63, Friday, plus good, 41. That actually comes to 104. 104 comes to Starlink and Elon. President Trump is in charge of all that, with Elon and with the other ones that are working on the planet's behalf. But also 104 comes to Jerusalem, and I think that's really appropriate because of Easter. So Good Friday comes to 104, Jerusalem. Interesting enough, I was born in a town which came to 104, and I was also lived on a street which came to 104. So in case I missed the message, so 104 plus 104, and we lived at number 29. 29 is Diana, 29 is AUG, August. 29 is on August 29th, from Terminator 2. And but Jerusalem, or 104 plus 104, which was the town I lived in and the road we lived in, comes to 208, comes to quantum system. It also comes to my cousin Paul Dennis Bushnell, 208. But Good Friday, yeah, so I wanted everyone to have a good Friday, a great Friday. Hey, Wacko, thank you. Yes, hey Judy, bless you. Thank you. God bless you. So Good Friday, yeah. And that will be tomorrow, 15th. Let's have a look. 15th is April, it's 48 here. It's 048 here in England. 48 is Tom. This one that picked up it's Iowa as well, where Rachel's from. Okay, so 15th is 93, which is Flotus, which is Kingship, which is Bushnell, which is Olympian, which is Nazareth. 93 plus April, so April 15th, 56, Healing, Light. 149, 149 comes to flux capacitor. There you go, everyone. Flux capacitor. You need the flux capacitor to be able to travel at 88 miles per hour in Back to the Future, which makes time travel possible, as Marty so eloquently puts it. Marty comes to 77, which is Christ, which is power, which is quasar. McFly is 59, which is Joker, top card, trump card. Marty McFly comes to 136, which comes to stock market correction, which comes to Great Awakening. Comes to Simon Callow, and I should be doing a show with him at some point soon. Okay, so April 15th, tomorrow, well now here in England, is 149 plus Good Friday. Good Friday is 104. Does that come to? 253. 253 is the day before. That's September 10th, because 254 is September 11th, 254th day of the year. Let's have a look at this one here. Oh wow, okay. So that's one way I'm able to quickly work out, see what other numbers are revealed. So quite often one method I'll give you as a little tip. If you've got a big number, I quite often like to take minus certain phrases or words I know the value of, and I'll see what is a remainder, and that's one way to quickly see other meanings. So 253, I took off time travel, 125, and 128 comes to Independence Day, which comes to Great Scott. So there you go, everyone. So we've already spoken about those numbers. We spoke about time travel, 125. We spoke about Independence Day, which is Great Scott. Add them together, that comes to 253, which comes to Good Friday, which is 104, which is 15th, well, April 15th, which is 149. Hey, Violet. Awesome. Yeah, go over and check out Violet's channel on Telegram. Put the link for you for that here. Who's that one? Happy birthday, Christian Richards. Okay, happy birthday. Helen, something about your son. Yeah, it's just gone up. Hey, in New Zealand, yeah. So, you can see how this is all connected, everyone. It's all intertwined. It just continually feeds upon itself because it's eternal, because it's truth. Truth is 87. Truth is stellar. Truth is the sun. Magic Love. The Sun newspaper, eh? The Star. Who'd have thought, eh? Truth is stranger than fiction. Alright, everyone, God bless. And if you just tuned in, just a reminder, do like, share and subscribe, because like I said, probably 2/3 of you that watch the videos, and I'm always grateful for that, aren't subscribers yet. So do us a favor, if it's really important, if you can subscribe, that would really, really help. And if you are subscribed, double check that you click the notification bell, and just double check, because just double check that you're still subscribed. Give it a thumbs up as you always do. Thank you. Comment, share it on social media with friends and family, And also do click the links below. You'll see episodes from the Tom Numbers Show, which is my second channel. We're about 5,500 on that. We want to get that to 10,000 and 20,000 as quickly as possible. But I've got some really great guests coming in the pipeline. We've got two. We've got the Sven Goran part 2. The wonderful person in the world of music is coming. And I've got some others as well. Really fantastic guests that we're talking to. I say I'm talking to, but you're all part of it. So, and I've got some others in the pipeline. So you're going to be very happy with the guests that we've got on the Tom Numbers Show, and you'll be very happy with the new shows that we're going to continue to do here on Psych Club. All right, everyone. God bless you. Thank you so much. Time travel is real. They're telling us now. They're telling us. Let's see what this phrase comes up to. Time travel is real. This will be the last one. Let's have a look. So time travel 125 is real. 189. Of course it is. 189, February 15th, which is my birthday. Wow. And then if you do February the 15th, comes to 222, 1,000 years of peace. Winter White House. New York perfection. 111 plus 111. All right, everyone. God bless. Much love. I reckon we might even get this soon. We might get something about track and field in the newspapers soon. There's going to be something. They always do it. There's always stuff, and you can always identify it. So, yeah, it might be a panther or something. There's going to be something. So, all right, everyone. God bless. Have a fantastic Good Friday and Easter, and I'll see you soon. Probably, hopefully, 1 or 2 more broadcasts over the Easter period, and then we'll be releasing the episodes for the Tom Numbers Show, early parts, and it's midweek next week. So, all right, everyone. God bless. Much love. Thank you. Take care. Bye.